SHENIXPWR Reverse Engineering Her Rise is powerful because it teaches women that SHENIXPWR is not a random destination. It is the sacred architecture of becoming. This episode can walk her backward from the crown and show her how she got there. Victim, survivor, warrior, SHERO, SHENIXPWR, not as labels of shame, but as levels of remembrance. Sacred intention for this particular episode. It will reveal that every woman has a sacred path beneath her pain. She may have entered the journey through trauma, silence, betrayal, burnout, abandonment, loss, or identity confusion, but she does not have to remain where life wounded her. The SHENIXPWR path teaches her how to reverse engineer her rise by understanding each stage. Victim, where she lost her voice. Survivor, where she fought to stay alive. Warrior, where she reclaimed her strength. SHERO, where she began sharing her empowering resilience openly. SHENIXPWR, where she remembered she was sovereign all along. Grand Rising Womb Sisters worldwide. Welcome back to the SHENIXPWR Podcast, where women remember, rise, and reign. Today, we are entering a sacred conversation called SHENIXPWR Reverse Engineering Her Rise. Because sometimes, beloved, we look at the woman who is standing in her power and forget what she had to crawl through to get there. We see the crown, but we don't always honor the cave. We see the confidence, but we don't always understand the collapse. We see the SHERO, but we don't always trace the journey back to the woman who once felt like a victim, then learned how to survive, then became a warrior, then discovered she was carrying a divine assignment inside her womb all along. This episode is not about glorifying pain. This is about decoding the path. Because SHENIXPWR is not just a brand. It's an ecosystem. It's a movement. SHENIXPWR is the sacred architecture of becoming. The framework. Victim. What happened to me? This is the stage where a woman may feel powerless, silenced, confused, betrayed, abandoned, or disconnected from her own body. But the victim stage is not her identity. It is a location on the map. She does not live there forever. Activation question. Where did I first start believing that my voice, body, story, or dreams were not safe? Survivor. How do I keep going? The survivor stage is where she learns to breathe again. She may not be thriving yet, but she is still here. This stage deserves honor. Survival is evidence that something inside her refused to die. Activation question. What did I survive that I have not fully honored myself for yet? Warrior. What will I no longer tolerate? The warrior stage is where sacred fire returns. She begins setting boundaries, telling the truth, walking away, speaking up, and choosing herself. But the warrior must also learn not to live in battle mode forever. Activation question. Where am I still fighting when I am actually being invited to heal? SHERO. How do I share my resilience openly? This is the stage where she transforms pain into purpose. She stops hiding. She stops shrinking. She stops apologizing for becoming. This is where she realizes my story is not just for me. My rising lights the path for another woman. Activation question. What part of my story is ready to become medicine for someone else? SHENIXPWR. How do I reign from remembrance? This is the ascension stage. SHENIXPWR is where she no longer proving, performing, begging, shrinking, chasing, or surviving. She is embodied. She has moved through the 6 gates: identity, voice, worth, visibility, leadership, sovereignty. This is where she no longer asks, am I enough? She declares, I remember who I am. I rise from what tried to break me. I reign in the fullness of my divine design. Here's the sacred anchor. The victim asks, why me? The survivor says, I made it. The warrior declares, never again. The SHERO reveals, my story has power. The SHENIXPWR woman embodies, I was never broken. I was becoming. Let's take a sacred pause. Digest what you just heard. Let it resonate and melt like honey in your energetic womb. Whatever comes up, just acknowledge it. No titles, no judgments. Just go with the flow and be at peace. Call to awakening. Beloved sister, inner SHERO. This week, I invite you to reverse engineer your own rise. Do not judge where you started. Do not shame the version of you who survived. Do not silence the warrior who protected you. Do not hide the SHERO who is ready to be seen. And most of all, do not forget the SHENIXPWR woman inside you who has been waiting for you to remember. If this truly resonated with you, share it with a sister, someone that you know in your circle is experiencing either being a victim, a survivor, a warrior, a SHERO, or have completely embodied the SHENIXPWR. Share it. I would absolutely love to hear from all my sisters who have tuned in. I express my gratitude. I encourage you to connect with me on my platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, a direct message, email, or a comment. Show up for yourself. Give yourself permission. You deserve it. You are absolutely amazing. Until the next time, remember, rise and reign. Ashe.